everybody, welcome to this video. I'm just a normal 19-year-old that happens to get dreams from God, and the dream I had last night, it was just crazy. So let's get into the video. I just wanted to mention, I have my lamp on currently, but it is raining today. I know y'all can't see it, but my window's right here, and it is a rainy, grayish day. So hopefully wherever you're at in the world, hopefully it's not raining so bad. But also, if you hear any noise in the background that isn't me talking, my nephews are here, and I do sometimes catch them talking or whatever in my videos. So if you hear anything, it's just my nephews. I have two boys in the room next to me, and they can be loud and crazy at times. So if you hear anything in the video, it's just my two nephews. So let's get into the dream. This dream was just like crazy, and I had this dream last night. I had the dream last night, and I woke up. When I woke up, it was like 7, maybe almost 7. It was like 7, might have been 7 o'clock. It was almost 7, something like that. I just got a couple notifications. Okay, I'm back. I paused the video real quick because I just kept getting notification after like notification. I know y'all wouldn't want to hear that because every time I get a notification, it goes ding, 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 and y'all can hear them. So I paused the video real quick because I'm like, they're not going to want to hear me getting all these notifications. They're just here to hear whatever God told me, because like this is just crazy. It is just crazy what he told me. So, like I said, let's just get into the dream. Yeah, let's just get into the dream. So I dreamt that I was in heaven. I wasn't sure if this was heaven or not. I'll get more into that later in the dream. But I was walking down this path. And I'm walking down this path, and I can hear God's voice. God isn't like near me or anything. I just hear his voice. And he's saying that Bible verse. Hold on, let me get that Bible verse real quick. Okay, I found the Bible verse. I have this coloring book that's a bunch of different Bible verses. If you don't know, I do one coloring page each week on this channel. And I already did this one before, but this is the Bible verse that I kept hearing in my dream. Small is the gate and narrow is the road that leads to life, and only a few find it. In my dream, I kept hearing God saying that as I was walking down this path. I kept hearing him say, small is the gate and narrow the road that leads to life, and only a few find it. And I just continued walking down this path, and in my dream, it was like I was having difficulty hearing God. But I know that Bible verse, so it wasn't like confusing me, because I'm like, I already know this Bible verse. I already know how it goes and everything. And if you want to know, you can find this. It is Matthew 7:14, where it says this in the Bible. So I'm walking down this path, and as I'm walking, it's like I can hear God better. Because like I said, it was almost like he was muffled or something. But I knew what he was saying because I was like, I know that Bible verse. And I keep walking, and as I'm walking, God's voice is getting more clear, and I can hear him better. And I walk to this like enormous door. Like this door was huge. And I'm just like, this isn't the door. This isn't the door that they were talking about that leads to life and everything. I'm like, this isn't it. And so I go through this giant door, and I can see all these angels just playing with kids. Like, these kids were like 8, 9 years old. Kind of older, because I've had dreams with younger kids. But these kids, like I said, were older, kind of like 8, 9 years old. And they're playing with these kids, like different games. Like, there's one angel that's playing chess with a kid. There was one angel that's playing catch. They were just playing all kinds of different games with these kids. And I'm just walking, and I see this, like, it was like this black hole is kind of what it looked like. Kind of looked like a black hole. And this angel is like right by me. Like, this angel's right by me, and he's playing catch with this kid. In my dream, they had a dodgeball, so it might have been they're playing dodgeball. I don't know. In my dream, I felt like they're playing catch, and that's what it looked like to me. So, like I said, they're playing catch, and this angel just kind of like looks at me, and he's like, you got to pull the rope. And I'm like, pull the rope. And in this like black hole, there's this rope. And I'm like, I think this is the door they were talking about, the door that leads to life and everything. And I'm like, but this doesn't make sense. If this is the door that leads to life and all this, why would I have to pull a rope? And I don't think it would be black, like a black hole or whatever. Like, it wasn't making sense to me. And I was like, if this is a door, I was like, geez, I didn't know the door was this small, because this wasn't like huge. Like, this was pretty small. Compared to how many people on Earth, this door was pretty small. And I'm just like kind of confused, but I just grab the rope, and this rope leads into the black hole. And I don't know what's in this black hole. I'm like, I thought this was supposed to be the door that leads to life. Like, what's going on? And the angel is just like, pull the rope. Like, he's not telling me really anything. He's like, all you gotta do is pull the rope. And he was like, this is the test. And I was like, what test? In my dream, he didn't use the word test, but I say that because that's exactly what I felt like he was trying to tell me. He's like, this is a test. And so I just listened to the angel. I just listened, and I just pulled the rope like he said. And when I pulled the rope, out came this angel. From this black hole came out this angel. And then all the angels that were playing with the kids and all that just started like clapping, like applauding. And they're just like all very happy. Like, I did some great thing that I'm not aware of. They're like, you did it, you did it. Like, I'm like, what did I do? Like, I'm just so confused. I'm like, so I pulled the rope and out came an angel. I don't know what I did. And then the same angel that told me before about the rope and all that, the same one that's playing catch with that boy, he tells me, he's like, this is a test. Like I said, he never used the word test. I just say that because that's what I felt like he was trying to say. And he's just like, what happens is when you pull the rope, either a demon or an angel comes out. And he's like, if a demon comes out, that means you're not going to make it to heaven. And if an angel comes out, that means you're going to make it to heaven. And I was like, I pulled the rope and an angel came out. So I guess that means I'm going to make it to heaven. And he's like, trying to tell me, like, he's like, yeah, exactly. That's why they were all clapping. And that's why they were all clapping, because since an angel came out, that meant that I made it to heaven. And that's why all the angel stuff were just like excited and clapping for me. And I was like, oh. And then in my dream, I woke up. It was like a dream inside a dream. And all the angel and me walking down that path, and it was like a dream inside a dream. And I woke up and I was at my Mimi's. And I was like, oh, that must have been a dream. I was like, that was a really weird dream. And I'm at my Mimi's, and my Mimi and Papa tend to wake up earlier. Like, they wake up pretty early. Like, they wake up probably like 7, 6:30. Like, they wake up pretty early. So I'm just like at my Mimi's, and my Mimi's, the way her house is, she doesn't have too many seats. Like, she has like a small couch, whatever. She doesn't have that too many seats. So usually when I spend the night over there, I take up most of the space for them to sit. So when I woke up, I was like, oh, Mimi and Papa are probably awake. So I better move so they can sit down. Because I'm like, that's just the right thing to do. It's just polite. And so I get up, and I'm like, Mimi, I'm like, y'all can sit now if y'all want. Because I was like, I'm up. And so they sit down in my dream, and they're like, today we're going to take my Papa to the hospital. And I was like, why are we taking Papa to the hospital? Like, it didn't make sense really to me. And they're like, we're going to take Papa to the hospital. So eventually in my dream, we take Papa to the hospital. And in my dream, it was like he was having memory problems. And it was like he was having memory problems in my dream. And we get to the doctor, and the doctor is just like, he's like excited is what he was acting like. This doctor was acting excited. And I'm like, so what are we going to do about his memory problems? And he's just like, well, he's like, we're just going to, like, he's just excited sounding. He's like, we don't have to do, this is exactly what he told us in my dream. He's like, we don't have to do no tests, no shots, no scanning him or nothing, because we thought that we would be here a long time, them trying to figure out why his memories, acting out. But they're like, no. They're like, we don't have to do no shots, no scanning, no nothing. He is like, I know exactly what will cure him. And this guy's just like excited. So we follow him, and he takes us to this like hospital room, and he shows us this like jar, and he's like, all he has to do is take these pills. And in my dream, he was calling them like the Super Celsius or something, or like Supercell, something to that effect. And I'm just like, so all he has to do is take these pills. And they're like, yeah, like so many people are demanding these pills. Like these pills are the ultimate cure. And if you don't know, I have epilepsy, which epilepsy can cause memory problems, which is something I kind of have. I sometimes tend to forget and etc. But I mean, it's not something that can really be fixed. It's just something that comes with having epilepsy. And in the dream, the doctor wanted me to also take them because he's like, they're really great for memory and people that have seizures. And I just, in my dream, I was like, no, I don't really want to take them. I'm like, we're just here for my papa to figure out why he's having memory problems. I'm like, I don't want to take them. So I completely like denied taking them. But he gave me, in my dream, I remember he gave me like a free sample. He's like, just take like a few pills. They gave me like 2 or 3 pills, I remember. And in my dream, I stuck them in like a purse or something I had. Yeah, I had like a purse in the dream for some reason. Literally, in real life, my purse, I have a purse and it's purple and like white. But in my dream, I had like a black one for some reason. Not exactly sure. But anyway, I put them in this purse and he's like, the doctor was just telling me, he's like, take them if you want. He's like, they're yours. He was like, take them, don't take them. It was like the doctor wasn't going to force me to take them. He was like, just take them, don't take them, whatever. And he's like, if you take them and they help you, we can send you more pills, is what he was telling me. And I was just kind of fishy about these pills because he was just telling us that these pills were like brand new. And I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, if these pills are brand new, I'd like to know the side effects before taking them. So we get these pills and my Papa, he starts taking them. And in my dream, it was like it had been a week or so of him taking these pills. And I go back to my Mimi's, and I'm like, so, like, is he doing better? Like, I'm just kind of questioning if he's doing better, etc. And Mimi's like, oh, these pills have been great. And she was just kind of like, I don't know, like, stressed or something. Like, something wasn't right. That's how my Mimi is. If something is not right, you can almost immediately tell. That's just how my Mimi is. And in my dream, I'm like, something's not right. I'm just like, the way she's acting, something isn't right. So I go inside their, they have a trailer, but I go inside their trailer, and I'm just like, what's going on? And my papa had, like, in my dream, he, like, just ran out of pills, and they had to get a refill. And these pills were getting so popular, like, very, very popular. And Mimi was like, the pills are getting so popular, they're having people deliver them now. So she was like, we're getting him a refill, but we have to wait for them to deliver it. And I remembered I had a few pills in my bag. Like I said, I stuck them in my bag. And this pill was getting so popular. They had like different versions of it. Like they had a version of it you could drink, or just like you could just swallow and take like a pill. And they had just different versions of it. And my papa had just completely ran out of his pills. Like he only had enough for like a week because they were just like test running it to see if they would actually help him with his memory. And I'm just like looking at my papa, and like I said, he was out of pills. He didn't know that I had some in my purse. He looked awful, and like I never seen him this bad. Like it looked like he was gonna die because he didn't have these pills. And I'm just like, what's going on? I'm like, I've never seen my papa act like this with any pill he's ever taken. I'm like, what's going on? I'm like, something is clearly wrong. And Mimi's like, well, I mean, when he has the pills, he acts fine. But they're like, when he doesn't have them, he acts kind of like this. And I'm like, what's going on? Like, this does not seem right. Like, when he did not have these pills, he was acting like he was dying. Like, when he didn't have these pills, it was like he couldn't remember anything. And I'm like, I remember him before taking these pills, and he remembered decently. Like, maybe he got a name or two wrong, but he remembered pretty decently. And I'm like, he did not like this before. I'm like, now if he does not have those pills, he acts like he's dead. And I'm just, like, very concerned. I'm just like, what the heck's going on? Like, I'm very concerned. And so I'm just like, tell my Mimi, I'm like, something is completely wrong with these pills. And in my dream, I can hear like my papa whispering. He's like, I need pills, or like, I want pills, something to that effect. And Mimi's like, we have to wait on the doctor. They haven't delivered the pills yet. And I'm just like remembering that I had those 3 pills in my purse. And I'm just like telling my Mimi, I'm like, Mimi, I have some in my purse, the same medicine that he's been taking. they gave me some to take, but I never took it. So eventually I gave the pills to my Mimi, and I saw the pills, and these pills had this like symbol on them. Have you ever seen the cross? Like, I know like doctor hospitals and stuff have that. It's a symbol, it's like a cross, and I saw them on the medicine, but in my dream it was like there was like a snake around the cross. And I was like, Mimi, did you ever look at the ingredients on these pills? So I started reading like the ingredients pretty much to myself, and I'm like, Mimi, this medicine has horrible stuff in it. I'm like, these pills are killing people. Like, it had horrible stuff in it. I'm like, these pills are killing people. And I look at my papa, and I can see almost like an indent in his head, like almost like part of his head had like deflated. And I'm like, what is going on with these pills? I'm like, these pills are killing people. I'm like, yes, they remember when they have taken the pill, like the pill's in their system, but the second the pill's not in their system, they don't remember anything. And I'm like, Mimi, like, I didn't want to say it exactly, but I feel like these pills were eating people's brains. I was like, the second they had the pill, they were okay. But if they didn't have it, and I was like, eventually he's going to eat their brains, there's nothing left, and he's going to die. I was like, Mimi, this pill's killing him. And I was like, we have to warn people. I'm like, it's going to start like a pandemic or something. And that was it. That's pretty much the entire dream. Very crazy dream. And I feel like this might be a warning that maybe they're going to come out with some new pill that helps you with memory. Maybe this is a warning not to take it. Because in my dream, like, I was literally like, I'm never going to take this pill. I'm never going to take it. Like, this could just be a warning from God that they're going to come out with some new pill, and it might cause, like, it might be really bad. Like, people are going to think it's good because the moment you have it, you can remember stuff. But the second you don't have it in your system, and in the end, the pill just ends up killing you. So this could be a warning from God to not take any new pill they come out with that like is with memory or whatever. Crazy dream I had. These are just a blessing from God. Before I go, I had another dream like a couple weeks ago or so. It wasn't very long, and I was wanting to talk about that real quick. So let's talk about the other dream I had. I had the dream completely separate. I had it like 2 weeks ago. But and this dream was a lot shorter. So this dream, I was in a car. It was like, and I was in a car, and I was by this guy. He was dressed as a police officer, and I was like helping him. He was delivering this ring. Yeah, he was delivering this ring. And in my dream, the ring had like a black diamond or something on it. It might have been, sorry, I can't even pronounce it right, but it had like a black diamond on it. And we were supposed to protect this ring. Like, this ring was very important. And I didn't know what this ring was for. But I was helping this cop deliver it to whoever it was supposed to go to. So I asked the cop, I was like, can I wear the ring? Just so like people might think it's my wedding ring. And it might not get stolen as easy. Because I'm like, if they were to steal the box it came in, it would just be empty because I'd be wearing it. And he was like, yeah, that's a good idea. So I put the ring on. And when I put this ring on my finger, I could feel like, it felt awful. Like, I felt like this ring had like bad spirits or something. Like, when I wore this ring, it felt awful. Like, I wanted to immediately take this off. But I knew I couldn't because we had to deliver this. And I was just, like, wondering, whose ring is this? Like, whose ring is this? Like, it feels awful wearing it. Like, I can feel bad spirits connected to this ring. And the cop next to me, I started asking, like, questions, basically. I'm like, is it for a wedding? Like, who are we delivering this to? He's like, the person we're delivering it to, we have, like, came up with, like, signals and stuff when we deliver it, so we don't deliver it to the wrong person. And I was like, okay, but what if somebody else knows the signals and stuff, and you end up giving it to the wrong person? And he's like, that's almost impossible. I'm like, they've been very secretive about this. And I was like, who are we delivering to? Is it for a wedding? Like, I'm just trying to guess. And eventually I'm like, is it for the Pope? Yeah, I was like, is it for the Pope? And he didn't want to exactly say yes or no, but he was like, kind of like, yeah. And I was like, so in my dream, we drove and we made it to this place. And there was this guy waiting there for us. He was like dressed kind of like in a trench coat or something. And I'm like, is that the guy we're supposed to give it to? And he's like, yeah. And I was like, that doesn't exactly look like the Pope. And he's like, well, he's probably going to give it to the Pope. Or maybe it's the Pope. They might just change how he looked. But that's who we're supposed to give it to. So in my dream, I think we gave it to him. And that was it. That's pretty much the entire dream. But like I said, I felt just awful wearing that ring. Like, I could feel demonic spirits on it. But that was it, pretty much the entire dream. And if you want, we can pray real quick. I just pray you'll have a blessed day. I just pray that these 2 dreams really helped you with whatever you're going through. And thanks for watching. And I just pray you have good health. You have a blessed day. And just know that Yahweh loves you. Amen. Thanks for watching. And I guess bye for now.